Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cardboard Commander. My name is Jerry, and today we are going to do an unbagging of the game Sail. Yes, that's the way you say it. I looked it up online because I didn't want to sound like an idiot like I usually do. But this is the Ardennes, December 23rd through 27th, 1944. Battle from the Bulge, Volume Number 1 from Revolution Games. Designer Roger Miller, developer Richard Handwith, and graphics Mark Haffery. So I had heard about this game, and I noticed that it was on sale on Revolution Games. So I decided to pick it up, and it is December, so it's Bulge month, and you can never have too many Bulge games, right? So first of all, we're going to unzip this, and we're not going to keep it in the bag, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. But the first thing we're going to look at is very small package. So when you look at the cover, it's also the combat results table. So all the tables look like they're on this last sheet right here. I'll put that right there so we can see them. Looks like just your average odds table. This is one of the reasons I purchased this game is it's a chit draw game. So I always find that they're a lot easier to play solo than most. And then attack combat modifiers here, defend combat modifiers here, movement point costs, looks like an infiltration table. So it looks like everything's right here on this one chart. So that's pretty cool. We look at the rule book, and the rule book is 12 pages. So on the very top of the rule book, looks like you have a table of contents, gives you a breakdown of the playing pieces. This is looks like a no frills rule book, as there's not color graphics or anything like that. This is just your homegrown, black and white rule book. Text is pretty closely together, so kind of reminds me a little bit of the old school games. Old NATO symbols, of course, so armor, infantry, recon, and SPAT guns. There's a sequence of play, which is the chit phase, supply phase, initiative phase, first player action, second player action, recovery phase, and victory point phase. Goes right into the action chit phase here, talks about supply here, which it wouldn't be a Bulge game without supply. Initiative, it says during the initiative phase, both players roll a die and apply the following modifiers: +1 for the allied die roll on day turn, +1 on day turn, +1 for a German on night turn. The player with the higher modified roll holds the initiative for this turn. Reroll any ties. Then you've got an action phase. Then you got the movement phase. So pretty self-explanatory there. You've got, talks about the bridges, motorized units, trucks, rear areas, strategic movement, zone of control, infiltration, stacking. A maximum of 2 steps may stack in a hex. And then it breaks down combat over here. Again, if you're looking for real fancy graphics, this is not the game for you. Or not the rule book anyhow for you. Over here, talks, like I said, talks about combat, retreat, and it does give you plenty of examples, which is nice. Then you've got advance after combat, disruption, tactical chits, and they talk about combat, extra move, replacement, allied air, playing multiple tactical chits. I guess you can play a couple of those. The Führer withdrawal chit. And then it just breaks down some optional rules. And then player notes, which is always nice to have. And then designer notes. So you always like to hear what the designer has to say about a game. So basically the rule book is 10 pages. Which is pretty good for a beginner's game, right? Pretty easy game. And then on the back, you have the game setup and all the reinforcements that you have. So pretty straightforward, Pretty easy stuff there. Next we have one counter sheet. It's got 80 counters in it. We're going to go ahead and put that up here. So nothing fancy about the counters. They're nicely laid out though, so you can read them pretty well. And again, double-sided. Sorry for the glare. But yeah, looks pretty good, but just going to be a low chit game. Now, I did do a preliminary opening of this, and I noticed that they sent me 2 maps. So I don't know whether that's the case. It says it's only supposed to have 1 map, but they did send me 2 maps. So one of these maps may find its way onto my wall. So, but here's the map. Easy, nice looking map, but good size, easy to put on the table. So turn marker up here. Looks like you've got your chit actions up here. And same thing down here at the bottom and with your victory points down here. So pretty cool. Map looks really nice. So again, they sent me 2 of these. So I don't know why they did that, but I'll take it. And so again, just I've been looking at this game, so I will be getting Sail out onto the table pretty quickly, as it is December, and I like to play a Bulge game during the month of December. I did reference that I am not going to put this back into the Ziploc baggie because I am going to use the magazine protective covers that I purchased, and they are perfect for these kind of games. So again, they are a little pricey, about $4 a piece, but I really like the way they store the games. And if you don't have a lot of magazine war games, I don't know how many more I'll buy, but it is a nice looking storage system to use. So, and then it just sits right in there like that. I do have some with counters already in baggies, and they fit just fine. And then you can store this on your shelf. It just sits right up on your shelf. So again, really kind of cool. Very happy with these magazine holders. And I'll let you know how the game goes. So until next time, everybody, be safe, be kind, happy wargaming.